Welcome to Face to Face, and today we're going to go live with Tomas Hirsch in Chile to talk about the referendum and the process for the new constitution. Welcome to Face, Tomas.
Hello, David. How are you? Thank you
Good,
very much.
good. Very well, thank you. Thankful to be on the show.
Well, we have been on the show for a long time here in Chile, and you have also a very interesting show there in the United States.
Thank you so much. So tell me, because we have very short time together. So first, what was the problem with the old constitution? And then we will talk about the referendum and the new constitution.
The old constitution was a very undemocratic constitution. First of all, because it was made as a tailor for the dictatorship, for Augusto Pinochet, was made by 4 friends of him. And all the rules that were inside that constitution were absolutely undemocratic. There is no right for education, for health, for housing, for a pension. And so we needed for many years to develop a new constitution. We have been fighting for almost 40 years for a new constitution. We are the only country in the world that after 30 years of being in a democratic situation, we still have the constitution of a dictatorship, and that's absolutely unacceptable. So I think that finally we arrived to this possibility of a new constitution because of the mobilization of the people in this country.
So give us a figure of the referendum itself. What was the proposal into this referendum?
The proposal was to start a process to write a new constitution. I mean, there were 2 questions in the referendum. First of all, do you want a new constitution or you want to stay with the old one? We had a very strong majority. Almost 80% of people said we want a new constitution.
And I know even some of the places where military camp who were against the new constitution were like cities. It's basically military families and so on and so forth.
In Chile, there are 360 municipalities. In 355 won the approval for a new constitution.
Wow.
And only in 5 municipalities won the rejection of a new constitution. From those 5, 2 are military areas, and 3 are the most wealthy municipalities of the country, where the 1% lives. You know, the 1% who control the economy and everything else.
Well, I know very well the 9%. I live in New York.
It was very clear and very interesting to see these numbers. In some areas, the result was 95% for the new constitution, and those were the most poorest areas in the country. So there is a very strong relation between the need of a new constitution and the social and economical situation of the people.
Okay, so the referendum was very well followed. People mobilized themselves and so on and so forth. Now we open the door to really to a new possibilities, or what is your take on it?
Well, now we need to we go to another election. In April next year, we're going to have an election to define who are going to be the people who write the new constitution. Of course, there is something very interesting. It's the first time in the world, in the human history, in which a constitution is going to be written by a parity. I mean, 50% women, 50% men. That's in the rules of the new process. So that's very, very interesting. Now we are fighting that also the representatives of the indigenous people will be present in this team. And this is a fight that we're still doing in the parliament, because definitely the right-wing parties, they don't want that. They always discriminated the indigenous groups. And the main issue is that we want to develop a new constitution very different from the old one, in which education, health are going to be human rights, consider human rights, in which the natural resources of the country are coming back to the people, to the country. You know that in Chile, we are the only country in the world where the water is 100% privatized. And that's absolutely incredible. The same happens with the minerals, the forestry, and everything else.
The telephone, the streets, the road, the water, the everything is privatized. I know.
Whatever you want, and it's the same.
So for how do we, as a humanist, how do we see the possibility in the future to be able to, like, let's say the proposal of resolving conflict with other country with a non-violent way and so on and so forth? Do you think it could be part of that discussion?
Yeah, of course. It's very interesting because for the first time we have the opportunity as humanists to put on the discussion on the table these issues: the human value as the human being as a central value, non-violence as the way of solving any conflict, the rejection of war as a relation with other countries. I mean, there are many issues that we would like to put on the table to discuss them. We don't know if they are going to be accepted or not. That's another issue.
The plebiscite for the candidate, to be able to revoke candidates after if they don't accomplish with their proposal, can they be part of it?
I don't understand your question. Sorry.
No, the proposal, the humanist proposal to have candidates who can be revoked after a process of referendum or something, or
yes,
a plebiscite.
I mean, we are going to take all our proposals that we have been developing for many years, direct democracy, the possibility for people to present projects of law, what you are saying, I mean, to take out someone who is not accomplishing what he promised. I mean, all our ideas that we have been working on for so many years, now we have the opportunity, at least, I'm not saying that they are going to be part of the Constitution, but at least to put them for discussion on the table. And I think that's a very interesting possibility.
So before we go, so what is you are part now of Acción Humanista, and what is the work for your political organization to do from now on to the next election?
Well, Humanist Action is now very active in all this process. We have been working a lot for this plebiscite. We had people in more than 300 places of the plebiscite to control everything. And now we are going to present candidates. We are part of a coalition of the left-wing parties, and not only parties, but also social movements. So we hope that we are going to be able to help this process to go ahead. We are offering our organization for independent candidates from the social organizations, from the movement, for the sexual minorities, from the indigenous organizations. That's our idea, mainly to offer our organization for those candidacies.
And so to close, do you have anything you want to plug, any information you want to share with people before we let you go?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to understand that we are facing now an institutional process. I mean, we are going to elect people who are going to write the new constitution. This is an institutional process. But at the same time, it's very important to go ahead with the social organization and the mobilization, the non-violent mobilization. I am absolutely convinced that the changes start from the people who organize themselves and who mobilize themselves with non-violence. And then the institutions take those ideas. I mean, and I think that's very important to understand, not only in Chile, but all over the world.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That was Tomas Hirsch from Acción Humanista talking about the referendum and the plebiscite in Chile. Thank you, Tomas. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, David.
You're welcome. That was your show Face to Face, and please keep watching your news on presenza.com and hope to hear from you very soon. Thank you.